In ancient Egypt, there exists not just stories but real mysteries that continue to baffle historians and archaeologists to this day. Some say the answers are hidden in ancient texts, locked away in lost cities, or even guarded by curses that no one dares to challenge. In this video, we will uncover the most bizarre, terrifying, and unexplained secrets of ancient Egypt. 1. The Curse of the Tomb. For thousands of years, the pharaohs were buried with treasures, guarded by walls covered in mysterious warnings. These warnings were no ordinary messages. They were curses meant to strike fear into anyone who dared to disturb the dead. The ancient Egyptians believed in the power of the afterlife. They thought that their spirits, or Ka, would live forever as long as their bodies remained untouched. But greedy tomb raiders were always looking for gold, and even modern archaeologists were eager to uncover lost secrets. To stop intruders, priests and scribes carved deadly curses into the walls of the tombs. These inscriptions spoke of horrible fates, disease, madness, even sudden death, for anyone who dared to open the sacred chambers. At first, people thought these warnings were just superstitions. But in 1922, something happened that made the world question everything. A British archaeologist, Howard Carter, discovered the tomb of King Tutankhamun, a young pharaoh who had been buried for over 3,000 years. The tomb was sealed, untouched, filled with gold and treasures beyond imagination. But as soon as it was opened, strange things began to happen. The first victim was Lord Carnarvon, the man who financed the expedition. Only a few months after the tomb was opened, he died suddenly from a mysterious infection caused by a mosquito bite. The strange part, at the exact moment of his death, all the lights in Cairo went out. Then, more deaths followed. One by one, people who entered the tomb either fell ill or died in strange ways. Some died of fevers, others in accidents, and one even from arsenic poisoning. Was it all just bad luck, or had they awakened something dark? Some scientists tried to explain it, saying the tomb contained ancient bacteria that could have caused disease. But believers in the curse pointed to one chilling fact. Howard Carter, the man who first stepped into the tomb, lived a long life and died peacefully. Why was he spared while others suffered? Was the curse real, or was it just a coincidence? To this day, many people refuse to enter certain tombs, fearing that the pharaohs are still watching from beyond the grave, waiting for those who dare to disturb their rest. 2. The disappearance of the Great Library of Alexandria. Imagine a place where the knowledge of the entire world was stored. A place where scholars, philosophers, and scientists gathered to unlock the universe's secrets. This was the Library of Alexandria, the most famous library of the ancient world. But one day, it was gone, erased from history as if it had never existed. No one knows exactly how the library met its end. Some say it was burned to the ground, its priceless scrolls reduced to ash. Others whisper that the knowledge was stolen, hidden away by powerful rulers who didn't want ordinary people to know the truth. But one thing is certain. Something was lost that can never be recovered. The library was built in the 3rd century BCE in the Egyptian city of Alexandria, a place known for its grand architecture and intellectual wonders. It was said to hold hundreds of thousands of scrolls from all over the world, texts on medicine, astronomy, engineering, and even ancient prophecies. Some believed it contained forbidden knowledge, secrets too dangerous for mankind. Then, suddenly, it was gone. Many blame Julius Caesar, who attacked Alexandria in 48 BCE. His army set fire to the city's ships, and the flames spread, destroying parts of the library. But was that the true cause? Another theory blames Theophilus, a Christian bishop who, in 391 CE, ordered the destruction of pagan temples. Some believe that during this purge, the library, seen as a symbol of pagan knowledge, was wiped out. Others believe the scrolls were secretly saved. Some say they were moved to hidden locations, possibly underground chambers in Egypt or even distant lands like India. If that's true, could the lost knowledge still exist somewhere, waiting to be discovered? The disappearance of the Library of Alexandria remains one of history's greatest mysteries. Was it lost by accident, or was it deliberately erased to keep its secrets hidden? Whatever the truth may be, one haunting question remains. What exactly did we lose when the library disappeared? 4. The rituals of death. For the ancient Egyptians, death was not the end, it was the beginning of a dangerous journey. They believed that after death, a person had to pass a series of terrifying tests before reaching paradise. But these trials were not for the faint of heart. Some involved monsters, others required trickery, and the most important test of all was the chilling weighing of the heart. Imagine standing in front of a powerful god, knowing that your entire afterlife depended on a single moment. If you failed, you wouldn't just be punished, you would be erased from existence forever. After a person died, their body was carefully mummified to preserve it for the afterlife. The Egyptians believed the soul needed a perfect body to live in after death. But not all parts of the body were treated the same. The stomach, intestines, and lungs were removed and placed in special jars. The brain, that was considered useless and was pulled out through the nose with a metal hook. But the heart, the most important organ of all, was left inside the body. Why? Because the heart was believed to hold a person's soul, memories, and sins. And when the time came, it would be weighed against the feather of truth. According to legend, after death, the soul would enter the hall of Ma'at, where the god Anubis, with the head of a jackal, waited. He would take the person's heart and place it on a giant scale. On the other side of the scale lay the feather of Ma'at, a symbol of truth and justice. If the heart was lighter than the feather, it meant the person had lived a pure and honest life. They were rewarded with eternal paradise in the field of reeds, a beautiful afterlife filled with food, water, and happiness. But if the heart was heavy with lies, cruelty, or evil deeds, something horrifying happened. A monstrous creature called Ammit, a terrifying beast with the head of a crocodile, the body of a lion, and the legs of a hippo, devoured the heart, destroying the person's soul forever. There was no second chance. No punishment, just complete and total obliteration. This fear of judgment led the Egyptians to take extreme measures. Some people had spells carved into their tombs, hoping to trick the gods into believing they were pure. Others replaced their real hearts with stone or wax copies, hoping that the gods wouldn't notice the switch. But could anyone really fool the gods? Even today, archaeologists still uncover mummies with strange heart-shaped amulets, proving that some Egyptians were so afraid of being judged that they tried to cheat death itself. But did these tricks work? Or did the gods see through them, sending their souls into eternal darkness? No one knows for sure. But one thing is certain, the ancient Egyptians took the afterlife more seriously than life itself. 5. The lost city beneath the Nile. For thousands of years, there were whispers of a lost city hidden beneath the waters of the Nile. A place where powerful priests once performed dark rituals, where treasures of forgotten kings lay buried, and where the gods themselves were said to have walked. Some believed it was just a legend, a story passed down through generations. But then, something incredible happened. The city was real. In the early 2000s, archaeologists diving deep into the murky waters of the Nile made a chilling discovery. Beneath the surface, an entire city lay frozen in time. Temples, statues, and even human remains were buried beneath centuries of sand and water. The ruins belonged to Heracleion, an ancient city that had been lost for over 1,200 years. But why had it disappeared? Some believe the city was swallowed by the river as a punishment from the gods. Others say it was destroyed by a powerful earthquake or a mysterious flood. Whatever the cause, the city vanished without a trace, its people wiped from history as if they had never existed. As divers explored the ruins, they made discoveries that raised more questions than answers. Giant statues of pharaohs, perfectly preserved gold coins, and strange carvings of half-human, half-snake creatures covered the walls of the sunken temples. Were these mere decorations, or were they warnings of something more sinister? But the most unsettling find of all was inside what experts call the Temple of the Serpent Gods. There, archaeologists uncovered altars stained with an unknown substance, possibly the remains of ancient sacrificial rituals. The Egyptians were known for their elaborate ceremonies, but these findings suggested something darker, more secretive. Were these rituals meant to honor the gods, or were they attempts to appease something lurking beneath the waters? Legends speak of mysterious priests who vanished overnight, never to be seen again. Some believe they unlocked something forbidden, a power that should have remained buried. Could this be why the city disappeared? To this day, Heracleion remains one of the greatest underwater mysteries of all time. Scientists continue to search its ruins, hoping to uncover the truth. But the Nile is a river of secrets, and some mysteries may never be meant to be found. Till date, archaeologists continue to uncover new secrets, but many questions remain unanswered. Did the ancient Egyptians possess hidden knowledge that we have yet to rediscover? Were there strange rituals based on real supernatural forces? Or were they simply the result of a deeply spiritual society trying to understand life and death? One thing is certain, Egypt's mysteries are far from over. The more we uncover, the more we realize that some secrets were never meant to be revealed. Tell us what you think. Like and subscribe.